my friends, welcome back to another video. We are here for another weekly vlog. My name's Lisa. You're welcome. I don't know what I'm doing this week. I just thought I'd come in and open the vlog and let you know that I'm going to be reading something from some form of reading thing, either a book that's physical or audible or what the fuck is that? I don't know. Either ebook, physical or audio will be consumed at some point in the span of this week. I know not what I'm doing. I felt like updating you because I feel like I haven't vlogged in a while, because although you may have seen videos, those videos are not from last week. Although one of them might be because it's from London, but I didn't vlog all last week. It was like the week prior that you're gonna. I'm lying to you. I did film last week. I filmed a very quick Scifier haul. Was it Scifier? I don't know. And a very quick TBR video. You'll have seen some things from me in the past week. Were they good? That's for you to decide. I have received, however, my fantasy box from the Butterfly I can't say that. I can never say that. The Butterfly Book Club. I will be opening this on a reel / YouTube short story. Short story? YouTube short? What is wrong with me today? I haven't taken my meds, okay? We're not going to talk about it. I forget things. Reading wise, I do need to continue the Tome of Harren. So far so good, but it is a thickums. I do also at some point want to continue the Story of Evil, but as I said in my previous video, I think I said in my previous video, it's a chunky motherfucker. It's like 5 volumes. It's V, which I think is 5. Correct me if I'm wrong. Roman numerals is not my thing. Most things that require a little bit of brain usage is not my thing, but I feel like a V is the number 5 in Roman numerals, and then it's V1, which is 6, and then it's 1V, which is 4. I'm gonna say 5. There's 5 volumes, and is a lot of my teeny tiny brain, because I do also need to finish the Return of the Knights, which I'm also really enjoying, and I now need to return the Harems. That's not what I'm saying. I need to finish Tome of Harren. It's not a harem. That's a very different book, and I feel like that's not the vibe that Damien Francis was going for when he wrote the book. So Tome of Harren will be read at some point in the space of this week. I think that is all I was going to say. But also, I did say on my TBR video last week that I need to read Akamath and Akawar. That was a lie. That was a blatant lie, and I apologise profusely for misleading you viewers. I read Akamath last month. I remember reading it, no, because I read it at the beginning of the month along with the study that is the middle one. I want to say Magic Study. It might be Fire, it might be the other way around. I don't know. One of the studies, well, 2 of the studies I read quite early on, and I've just got the last study, Maria Schneider, book to read. So when I read the Magic Study, and when I say Magic Study, that rolls off the tongue better. And then I also read Akamath. I just need to read Akawar, and I remember what happened at the end of Akamath now, and I was like, oh yeah, I reread that because that happened, and I forgot when I was doing my TBR because it was still on my TBR cart. I should have really moved it from the TBR cart to the red pile that's in my bedroom, but that would require common sense, of which I have none of. So we're vibing. We are actually vibing because there's nothing else going up in here. Going on up in here right now. What I do need is people not to talk to me first thing in the morning. What is that about? Why do people insist on doing that? Absolutely not. No. When I pre-book a taxi from my friend's house at like 7 o'clock in the morning, and I am there with my headphones on and just like shuffling my little bags on, like I'm looking down at my phone, that means no communication, please. Not miss, no. Sir, I'm ignoring you. for a reason. It is early. I've not yet had my coffee. No tea. Coffee or tea will work. I've not been caffeinated. A caffeinated beverage, you know, has not been consumed. Therefore, no, none of this. Thank you very much. I fully appreciate some people are morning people. I am not one of those people. Therefore, if it is before the caffeinated beverages have been consumed, and hopefully I will also consumed some breakfastage. Some kind of foodage will have entered the face hole. Then I am mute. Absolutely not. You might get a good morning. Anything past that, shh. Brain is not functioning. This was not the opening I expected, but there you are. You're welcome. Welcome to my brain first thing on a Monday morning. And I have to get into work now. I don't have to get into work. I am at work. I am on my desk. I am looking at my computers. I am working shortly. I'm working from home is what I mean to say. None of this is getting cut because I know Lisa and Lisa will not be asked trying to make this into some kind of cohesive flow, because it's just not gonna happen. Okay, you're gonna get 7 minutes of me rambling, and you can make sense of it. Do with it what you will. Okay, I'm gonna go now and read something on my lunch, because I need to read something with the eyeballs preferably, because I have a few things that require my eyeballs. I will come back later today. At some point I will need to audiobook this evening, because Jem has finally sent me her measurements for her head, and I can finish her beanie. So, there we go. Anyway, peace out. Guten Morgen, meine Freunde. Oh, it's actually not good morning anymore, it's good afternoon, because it's 12:55 and I'm off work. And I recently received a box. I don't know if I said it like that. But I received my Butterfly Book Club box. I said it right for the first time. But let's have like a yay clapping in the background. And each month you get a book, special edition, a special edition book even, and a thing. Items. Sometimes it's one, and this time it's 3. And I got a keepsake bag that fits the theme of the book. Also a very cute metal spoon with a gem on the end. I don't know what that gem is, but it's going in the keepsake book bag even. And a wooden bookmark that says "Just claim me as yours," because it is a, I don't know if it's like a, I don't know if it's actually smutty romance, but I didn't show you the book. I can't show you the book. If Eddie Lisa has got my back, she will put a picture of the book here that was on my shelves. I have not, I've got an explanation, an excuse, a reason, a confession is the word I'm looking for to make. I have not read any of my book club boxes for Butterfly Book Club, and every single one is one that I'm really interested in, and every single month they do a read along, so I have plenty of chance to read said books. And guess what, guys, don't. But unlike with like fantasy, no it's not, what's it called, unlike with Fairy Loot, I am not going to cancel them, because for Fairy Loot I was no longer interested in the books. I was just collecting the books because FOMO, whereas these books I'm really interested in. I wish I also had access to their fantasy one, which is like paperback, but it's paperback special editions. And yeah, so if you don't know what Butterfly Book Club box is, again, I said it right first time, boom. It is an indie subscription box, and it started out with just sort of like just normal hardbacks, and I think I've had them from the beginning. Have I? More or less. They do have like a hive, like a shop, the same as Olympic Crate and Fairy Loot, where they have like one-off special editions, like exclusive special editions, but then they also have a subscription box. I've recently started a fantasy romance subscription box. I'm not saying the word that begins with R because it makes me cringe and I don't know why, but it's just an ick thing in my brain, okay? So fantasy romance, they've got that box. But this book, this month, actually seems more sort of like dark fantasy. fantasy romance. It's called like Mate Me, I think it's called, and it's by 2 authors. So I don't know if it's, I don't know anything really. Should we have a Google and a Goodreads check? Beauty and the Beast meets Hades and Persephone in the Shifter romance standalone. Ooh, it's a standalone, so I hope it's a new series. So let me have a look. My ancestor stole half his soul, then imprisoned him in Tartarus, thinking he'd be forgotten, then he could never return. They were wrong. The day he rips open a portal between our worlds, my life is over. As the current guardian of his cursed soul, my head is on the chopping block. Oops. But there's a snag in his plan. The dark god believes he's my fated mate. Fated mates! Yes. I'm on it. Like a car bonnet. If you don't like fated mates, it's obviously they're going to be for you. But I do like a bit of fated mates, so we're not. But he refuses to take no for an answer. See, with fated mates, I will say it does depend on how it's done. If it's sort of like, yes, we are mates, but you have a choice in whether or not we're together, then yes. Will it hurt? Will it affect the bond? Potentially, but the person has a choice. If it's fated mates and it's kind of like forced and they feel like they have to say yes and they don't have a choice, it's different. I don't know. When you kidnapped my cousin, I'm forced to make a deal to rescue her. I had to spend 6 months in Tartarus pretending to be his mate, his queen. So it's fake dating. Fated mates. Fantasy romance. Jesus Christ, out of my school. Saving both our lives means fake dating the king of monsters. The real danger comes when my modern day Hades makes it clear that he wants not just my life, but my love. That was never part of the bargain, but with every stolen kiss of a forbidden touch, I just might be handing him my heart. We shall see. We shall see. I don't know about that one. We shall ponder and read and see, and I will let you know as I'm going to get around to it. I am going to be doing a video of all my Butterfly Book Club books that I have not yet read, which is every single one I've received, and I'm going to do a video on like a spinning wheel, and I'm going to make a series out of it about reading my unread Butterfly Book Club book boxes. And that's it. But reading wise, I have started Akmath and Tome of Harren. Tome of Harren is quite dark and it's a thickums, and that's going to be something I'm reading over in a couple of days. I can finish Akmath today whilst I crochet. I'm going to be crocheting a beanie for Jem, for her favourite Stray Kids member, and I can hopefully get that finished the next couple of days as well. And then I got to move on to some beanies for myself, Saipan, Livy and Fee and Kirsty. So I have 5 to make, but I also have my blanket to continue. And also I found a pattern that I'm getting a new sofa tomorrow. I will show you that sofa when it arrives. So excited, much wow. And I was thinking of just buying a throw for it. However, don't ask me why. I've gone into my slightly femme era. I'm starting to look at colourful, cutesy, like pink and like baby blue clothing. Who is she? I know not. But we're vibing with it. And I've also kind of gone for a dark green sofa, but I want something sort of like pastel-y as like a throw on the back to complement it. And I found these little crochet flowers that you can make, the no-sew flowers, but the woman who does the no-sew flowers also did a way of like a no-sew attaching them to each other as you make them. So I need to find an aesthetic, a vibe, a colour palette, if you will, of that kind of situation to use as sort of like a throw on the back of my sofa. So that's something I'm looking forward to doing. But also I do have other projects on the go. But we have a crafty chat and we're all sort of like making our way through the things that we're doing and sort of showing progress, which is actually sort of like a boost for me to continue my projects, but also start new ones, which I don't have the space for. The only thing with being a the thing with the hobbies that I like, and this is a tangent, this is no longer a reading vlog, this is just a verbal like diarrhea situation. But the thing about my hobbies is they're not cheap. The things that I like, they might individually be quite cheap, but as a whole they're not. So we've got my books, and I do also like a pretty special edition, so that's not cheap. I also like manga, which is not cheap. So books and manga are different in my eyes, because just because you like books doesn't mean you're gonna like manga and vice versa. And manhwa, I get it, like, so they're two hobbies in the same umbrella, but are separate, if that makes sense. So there's that. There's them K-pop, which is not cheap at all. It is a spenny hobby, and I don't see it going away anytime soon, because 80s have just dropped another album and it is absolutely top tier. Do I have it on repeat consistently as much as I can when I'm not doing other things that require my ears? Yes. Gotta work. Gotta make that money make purse. Then there's obviously my crocheting, which means that you have to buy materials, and the materials individually are like sometimes as cheap as £2 for a ball of yarn. But when you're making a big blanket or making a beanie, it's like a cake per beanie, or like 2 balls of yarn per beanie. And if you're making 5 beanies, or a really big blanket like a genre blanket where you read over 100 books in a year, and it's 2 double crochet rows per book, and you've made it a bit too wide, it becomes a bit like, you know? I don't know where I was going with this point, but it is what it is. And I've also found like these flower ones are gonna take a while, and I say a while, they might not take a while, but they're gonna be spenny, so we don't know. What was I saying? What is wrong with me the last couple of days? Can't brain focus is just not something that I'm able to do at the moment. And like language, connecting brain and mouth, and it's a weird feeling. I don't know what's going on with my, like, it's just, I don't know. Maybe therapy has been helping get out of my slumpy situation, but now that I'm out of the slumpy situation, I'm kind of in my no focus era, and it's not great when I've got stuff to do, like edit, and then I've got to read, and so it's physical reading, but then I also want to crochet, which means I've got to audiobook stuff, and then I've got other projects that I want to do. Like, I've got all these ideas, and I've also got ideas for like indie Booktours and stuff as well. And if it wasn't for Chels just being like me and Chels work well together, because we're both chaotic, but when I have an idea, she's like, yeah, that's great, but maybe not right now. So she can like sort of like validate my ideas, but sort of like rein me in a bit and be like, let's just focus on these little bits right now, and then we can do that. So that sort of reins in my impulse situation, but nobody can help my focus, I'm sorry. And I have so many spreadsheets on my large spreadsheet now that I'm spreadsheeted to high heaven. I have a spreadsheet of everything: BBMA, Spiff Buff, Spiff No, Yellow Stats, Mother Stats books, Fantasy Romance Challenge that Chelsea's doing, my Fantasy Bingo, my physical TBR books I've hauled. I never have I kept up with the books I've hauled spreadsheet? No. Do I want to spend time updating that spreadsheet? No. But also I've got my 12 books, 12 prompts, and readathon spreadsheet. So I have a lot going on in my brain, and I just need to, what's it called? Focus. If I could do something like this, like every day, like as a job, and I knew there was a stable income, I would do it. But when you're working like social media as a job, unless you're an actual social media person with like a paid salary, it's not like a stable job, is it? Like being a booktuber, even if you are like a really, really big booktuber, it's not like a stable income. There were some months where you get less views than others, etc. Do you know what I mean? And also I don't know if I would be motivated enough to do my own taxes and shit on a full-time basis. So, you know what I mean? Paperwork is the thing. Anyway, I don't know why I'm talking about this, because it's just never going to happen. I've got like less than 1,000 subscribers. Never going to happen. But yeah, I really would like to get to 1,000 subscribers this year though. I don't think it's going to happen. We're halfway through the year and it's Still only on like 670. Been on 600 for about a year. Anyway, another chat for another time. I'm going to make a brew, make some food, and then I'm actually going to sit down and edit, because I do need to edit. I do need to get a video up, because in order for me to actually promote myself to people and potentially gain more subscribers, I need to put videos out. Part of that process is editing. And if I had the money and I could pay someone to edit my videos, I would, because that is the one thing I despise about this. Is the time it takes me to edit. Like, I know that my videos are not long. It's not like there's like 10 hours of footage that I need to sort of like whittle down. It's just that when I hear certain ways of, like if there's like an extended pause, or if I say too many times, or so too many times, I then have to go back and recheck the whole of the video and remove as many additional so's as I possibly can, and I don't mind having a few here and there, but if I feel like every sentence starts with so, like I have to take it out. But then, because I've noticed it's halfway through a video, I then have to go back and redo it, and then that's when it starts to feel a bit tedious. Yeah, so that's why I hate it, because once I've noticed something, I can't unnotice it. And that is also really annoying, because I do it with other people's videos as well. When I notice something that isn't necessarily annoying, it's not something that's bad, but when I notice a particular thing with a person or on a video, I can't unnotice it, and it's like a bit of a fixation point. It's annoying. But anyway, this is me rambling at you for 14 minutes. I'm so sorry. I will go read now after I've edited, and I will give you an actual reading update at some point later today. Hey guys, I'm coming to you on Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Sunday, 7 days a week. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. I've lost my crochet. I put it there for safekeeping, so I didn't lose it. Anyway, it is what it is, friends. I am coming in with another update. I still haven't got much further through Tome of Harren. This is going to annoy me now. Because I kind of went on a little bit of a Emily Henry binge, and I'm still in that era, so I know I've got a lot of fantasy to come and quite a bit of physical reading to do, and I just needed some fluffy and rom-commy type things to read. And I read You and Me on Vacation, but before that I don't know, I've read this out of order, don't at me. I heard the other Emily Henry book, what was it? I've read Happy Place yesterday. I read Happy Place like last month though, and I've just hit my arm. I don't know, well, I've just realised I've got a bruise on my arm, and I don't know where I've hit it. What was the other one I've just read? I need to find it now, otherwise I'm not gonna remember it. Super magnetic. She's got another book. What is it? I'm looking through my, and I can't seem to find it on my Audible anymore. There's You and Me on Vacation, Happy Place, the one with Charlie, and I loved Charlie. What is going on? Book lovers, that's it. Oh my god. Oh, do you know what? What an absolute penis head. The book is right behind you. This was my first read. Adored it. 5 stars. Went on to You and Me on Vacation. 5 stars. I'm now going to go back to Beach Read. Again, I know I've read them out of order, but I don't care. And I know that it's probably going to be, I say no that it's probably, I know it's going to be 5 stars. Just the vibes. And then I'm not going to move on to Funny Story. I'm going to try and move on to something else. audibly while I do my ears for my beanie. So this was the pink beanie that I made. And I don't like the closure on this one, so I'm sending this to Jem for like head size. And then that was with a single crochet, this was with a half double, and this is my iron fox one, and I'm just making the ears for this. My battery's gonna die, so I'm gonna go, and I will update you tomorrow, later, whenever.
I don't wanna let you down. It's the only thing I think about every morning. You know my life ain't figured out, but I promise if you stick around it'll never get boring. We'll spend nights, cheap red wine, look at flats even though we can't afford them. I don't wanna let you down, I don't wanna lose you now. Will you stay even when you wanna walk away? When times get bad, we can learn to love what we have. I don't wanna let you down, I don't wanna let you down, I don't wanna let you down, I don't wanna mess around. You're the only one I want there at the end of my story. It's the only thing I figured out, 'cause everything else in my life without you would be boring. And we'll spend nights, cheap red wine, look at flats even though we can't afford them. I don't wanna let you down, I don't wanna lose you now. I don't wanna let you down, I don't wanna let you down. We'll spend nights, cheap red wine, look at flights even though we can't afford them. I don't wanna let you down, I don't wanna let you down. Will you stay even when you wanna walk away? When times get bad, we can learn to love what we have. I don't wanna let you down, I don't wanna let you down, I don't wanna let you down, I don't wanna let you down. We'll spend nights, cheap red wine, look at flights even though we can't afford them. I don't wanna let you down, I don't wanna let you down, no, no.
Hello friends, it's now Monday morning and I need to wrap up this weekly vlog. I've read a lot this week. Was any of it on my TBR? One thing, I think. Maybe, possibly. Let's have a gander, shall we? We shall. So, I kind of maybe fell down a teensy bit of an Emily Henry hole. So, that sounds so wrong. Anyway, but I started reading, I read Happy Place last month, and this month I wanted to read some other contemporaries in between all the fantasy I have to read. So I was going to read Ashley Poston's The Dead Romantics, but when I went to try and listen to it on script, it was saying it was currently unavailable and there was no date to say when it would be available, so I assumed for some reason it might have been taken off my script, even though it was still on Chloe and Meg's, which was weird. But anyway, so I wanted to read Book Lovers anyway, so I decided to just pick that up first. I read Book Lovers and then I was obsessed. So then I read You and Me on Vacation because I had access to it on audio and I was obsessed. And then I read Beach Read. Guess what? Obsessed. And then I read Funny Story. So they were all the ones that I've read this week. I am currently up to date with Emily Henry, and I also just want to reread them all. And initially I was kind of like Happy Place, Win and Harriet, favourite couple. I love the rest of them. There's like, I love all the other couples. Just putting it out there. But I relate most. I think I still relate most to Win and Harriet, but after Miles and Daphne, can we just give me a Miles in my life? Give me a Miles, please. That's all I'm asking for. Or you could just give me a Win. Either or. But I do feel like all of the couples are great. Emily Henry knows how to write a good man, a good smutty scene, and just a great story that just makes you feel all warm and fuzzy and cute, and then the banter. Oh, I can't even cope. Can't even cope. So those are what I read this week. Also, I did read, I can't remember, was it this week or last week? I read The Burning Issue of the Day. I read that by T. Kinsey. And I think that's the only T. Kinsey one I've read. Let me just double check before I lie to you. Would I lie to you, baby? Would I lie to you? Don't you know it's true? Oh no, I lied. I read Death by the Seaside. Did I finish that? Did I finish Death by the Seaside? Yes, I did. Yes, I did. So that is also what I need to add to my spreadsheet. I read Death by the Seaside by T. Kinsey. I'm kind of also getting obsessed with his work as well, which is not good because I've only got 2 more books or 3 more books of his to read, and he recently only released book number 11 in this series, so I have no idea when he's bringing the next one, so that's not good. I have also just started, all of these were on audio. I do have a physical copy of The Book Lovers and The Dead Romantics, but mostly been doing audio because I made myself a beanie this week in the midst of all this audiobook listening. Did I have a picture? Yes. But I was taken off the ears because it's a Skiz one, Stray Kids, it's a Fox one, and I did the ears too small, so I was taking them off and I cut the wrong thread, which means part of my beanie started to unravel. So I had to frog it all, which is like unravel most of it, and now I'm having to, the yarn is still usable, but I'm having to remake my beanie from, like, basically I've only done about 10 rows, and instead of doing a full beanie, I've got 10 rows that are salvageable, and then I have to build upon that, which is not great, because I was so excited to almost finish this beanie. Anyway, I digress. Fine, I'm honestly fine. Fine, it's fine. So I'm gonna listen to The Dead Romantics today, and I will give you an update on that in my next vlog. But I think I've done really well. I didn't listen to any fantasy this week, apart, I'm lying to actually. I read the first chapter of Fire Study, and then I saw that The Dead Romantics was available again on my script. So before it just suddenly became unavailable, I clicked that. So I would like to read this, because that's part of my 12 books, 12 prompts for Chloe. The 7-Year Slip was the book, and then the prompt was read a book that is based off a film that you enjoy. And I really loved Just Like Heaven, that has Reese Witherspoon in a microfloor, and it's just so adorable. I think it's microfloor. I want to say microfloor. I think it is. But yeah, I love that film, and it also makes me want to rewatch it, and I will probably rewatch it after I have read Dead Romantics. So that might be something I do tonight whilst I try and recrochet my beanie. Fun times. Anyway, I'm gonna head off. Thank you very much for, this is probably gonna be just a warning. I don't know I'm warning you now because you'll have watched it all, but this is probably gonna be a bit of a longer vlog than I'm used to, because the beginning of the week I was super chatty. I don't know why, I don't know what came over me, I don't know what was wrong with me. I was clearly in a manic phase, so apologies for that. But if you do like me and you want to see more of me, please like, comment, subscribe to all that good stuff. And if you're here and you want to know you're here but don't really say, please work hard. Very much appreciated. And until next time, enjoy a bit of reading what you're doing. I'll see you all soon.